Hey, welcome to Broken World Entertainment. And James Gunn has decided to attack the fans, sort of, in a stupid rant on Twitter. And you'll see why it's stupid with how he goes about it. Some of the things he says kind of make sense, but then he throws in those jabs, and it's just like, has no one learned? Like, you're damaging your own take on DC before you even have announced anything. So we put out a bunch of tweets, and he says, one of the things Peter and I were aware of when we took the job as heads of DC Studios was a certain minority of people online that could be, well, uproarious and unkind, to say the least. So right off the bat, he goes after people who are voicing their frustrations and concerns, most notably because he got rid of Henry Cavill. And he continued, our choices for the DCEU are based upon what we believe is best for the story and best for the DC characters, who have been around for nearly 85 years. Perhaps these choices are great, perhaps not. But they are made with sincere hearts and integrity, and always with the story in mind. Now that part makes sense. That part's fine. You know, he's saying, look, we're going to try our best. Hopefully it works. It might not work. But the story comes first and foremost. But then he keeps going. No one loves to be harassed or called names. But, to be frank, we've been through significantly worse. Disrespectful outcry will never, ever affect our actions. We were aware that there would be a period of turbulence when we took this gig, and we knew we would sometimes have to make difficult and not so obvious choices, especially in the wake of the fractious nature of what came before. So that part there as well is okay. The first part of that was not, with his whole disrespectful outcry BS. And then he ends it with saying, but this means little to us in comparison to our jobs as artists and custodians in helping to create a wide and wonderful future for DC. Except that you've just basically contradicted yourself, because you're saying it means nothing to us. It's like water off a duck's back, while at the same time you're pointing it out and making tweets about it. If it doesn't bother you, why are you making tweets about it? Don't make tweets. You're just going out of your way now to piss the fans off. You know, you've already got bad blood by coming in. The first thing you do was remove Henry Cavill. Now you're just going on for the sake of going on. And it really is. He's really just doing it to piss people off. But a few people chimed in and asked him questions, and he responded. So first fellas wrote in and said, is Blue Beetle still going to be released next year? And he responds, oh yes. Even though it's now pointless. It's part of the old regime, so what's the point? It's so stupid. But why go after the fan? And that's what you're doing. Because when you're saying, oh, nobody likes to be called names, and we knew it would be turbulent, blah, blah, blah. It's, you were calling out the fans. The actual fans who you've pissed off by getting rid of Henry Cavill. Telling them, yeah, we're not going to give you the Superman you want and what you were promised. We're going to give you our take. The younger... Oh, by the way, apparently J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Superman bullshit is still happening. Although word is that won't actually be released on the big screen. It'll be released directly to HBO Max. Either way, you got rid of Cavill, but you're keeping that shit. as I said, you can see parts of it where it's like, it's normal. Like this. Our choices of the DC are based upon what we believe is best for the story and best for the DC character. Like, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But then, when you throw in something on the lines of a certain minority of people online that could be well uproarious and unkind, no, man. We know he gets off on, like, irritating people. It's one of his things. He likes to throw little jabs just to irritate people. But you're doing it with really one of the wrong fan bases. And his PR team or someone, Zaslav, whoever, needs to tell him, stay off Twitter and shut up. Like, you are basically making the DCEU, as he wants to call it, dead on arrival. It doesn't matter what you're going to announce, who you're going to announce in it and directing it and all this. It's dead on arrival if you keep alienating your audience, your core audience. And I like it. Oh, nobody likes me calling out blah blah blah. It's like, well, show it. Where's the receipts? Oh, he needs to shut up. He really does. Anyway, with that, I'll leave it here for this one. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.